Hi, hello. I want to plead that you watch this video till the end. If you don't watch till the end, you will misunderstand what I am talking about in this video. Thank you and God bless you. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the End Time Truth Television channel. We urge you to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell icon by selecting all so that the next time we upload a new video, you will be among the first persons to be notified by Google. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Till then, shalom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching me from. I bring you greetings in the name of the Lord Jesus. Thank you for being there. Before I present this video, it is actually an update on the things that are still happening. People are coming out to speak, and I have not shied from telling you the truth. What I report on this are based on what people who claim to be members or elders of the church have come out on their own and granted interviews to news medias, big news medias. Now, I've not reported any of this claiming that I have or I had firsthand information on this, and I've not failed to disclose the source of my information. And I understand that this might not be for everyone. And I can relate with the fact that some persons are not happy about what I'm doing. And that at the same time will not make me to stop what I am doing, because nobody actually called me or summoned me to come up and start doing this. Whether you like it or not, I believe I am still in the will of God. The day I stop, or the day I begin to go outside of the will of God, I believe that He that loves me would tell me that I have deviated from what He wanted me to do. And so what I report has nothing to do with my affinity, or none of it with the SCOAN. Some times ago, I did a video that some persons wanted to force me on, a loyalty of me towards TB Joshua. And I said, no, I've not come here to preach anybody or to talk about a particular individual or an entity. I am here to report incidents as they unfold. Some are bad, some are not good at all. And I also find out that some persons, because I am not using their system, the way they do their things, some are so animated when they talk about these guys. And I am who I am. You are who you are. You chose how you present your own matters. I chose how I do mine. I am convinced in doing it the way I am doing it. I don't believe in attacking personalities. I don't believe in being malicious in presenting my case. So the fact that I am not malicious doesn't mean I approve of whatever we deem to be wrong in the body of Christ. Yet, I believe that every human being has a degree of respect. So while I come here to report what I report, these things has nothing to do with me attacking individuals. All right? I've not come to attack personalities. I've not come to shame people. I just come to speak it the way it is in my mind. If you notice, you know that apart from reporting from newspapers, I don't write my speech. I speak from my heart. Why I'm saying this is that some persons, even people that you think should know better, people that want to present themselves as angels on social media, have all come on this page to attack me, calling me lies. Now, it doesn't make sense, because I've not in any way at any point told you that what I am reporting based on the development in the SCOAN these few days are my own findings. I report and I give detailed information of where this is coming from. So just like this one now, what I am reporting is also a follow-up of what some members of the SCOAN, because now it's like SCOAN is having splinter groups. So some members of SCOAN have come out to discredit the other members who are fighting the emergence of TB Joshua's wife as the leader of the church. So I want you to please listen with your mind, and if it will irritate you, I want to beg you to just exit the page. It is not by force. God bless you. I will see you at the end of this video as I have one or two things to talk about what I feel is happening. God bless you. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you then. Bye for now. The members and partners of the Synagogue Church of All Nations and the Emmanuel TV have said some people in the church were planning to destroy the church after the demise of the founder, the late Pastor Temitope Joshua. Recall that a group in the church under the auspices of the Global Congress of SCOAN members kicked against the appointment of TB Joshua's widow, Mrs. Evelyn Joshua, as the leader of the church, saying her appointment was not in line with the rules that the late founder laid down. But a statement on Thursday by the members and partners of the SCOAN in Ondo, Ekiti, and Osun states said the group Global Congress of SCOAN members was not known to the church, describing it as faceless. The statement signed by Dr. Francis Bamidele, Mr. Gwenga Osadare, Mr. Lanre Cole, and 9 others alleged that some people in the church who were allegedly involved in financial misappropriation of the church's funds had been sponsoring the group to cause trouble and disaffection in the church. The statement read in part, "We, members and partners of Synagogue Church of All Nations and Emmanuel TV in Akure, Ondo State, hereby disclaim and dissociate ourselves in its entirety from the news making rounds in the internet as well as in other media outlets about the acclaimed group in Akure called the Global Congress of SCOAN members and their purported statements that Mrs. Evelyn Joshua is not a pastor or part of the founding members of the church and rejected her emergence as the leader of the church. The acclaimed Global Congress group and its so-called members are not known to us in Akure. None of us genuine members and partners has ever come across this acclaimed group called Global Congress and its members in several church programs and activities conducted in Akure or in Lagos Church Auditorium in the last 20 years. The Global Congress Group, the presidents, and the secretaries' names mentioned in the statement are outrightly fictitious, fake, and non-existent. However, investigations conducted revealed that the acclaimed Global Congress Group is not unconnected to the cabal disciples of Prophet TB Joshua, who upon the passing on to glory by Prophet TB Joshua in June 5th, 2021, connived and diverted several billions of the church funds into their personal accounts and looted the treasury of the church with impunity. Prophetess Evelyn Joshua stood up to the task against this looting spree. Now, because it was no longer business like before, the cabals became bitterly aggrieved and resulted in a battle line drawn and now using every propaganda weapon to fight the new leader of SCOAN. It will interest you to know that the EFCC is already investigating these financial misappropriations of these former disciples. While reiterating their support for the TB Joshua's wife, Evelyn, as the new leader of the church, the concerned members urged the general public to disregard the statements issued by the disgruntled entities in whatever form or disguise under whatever propaganda weapon. Punch, Nigeria. So, having listened to the video or having watched till this point, if you are still here, thank you, a big thank you. Now, what I'm thinking, people have been coming out. The other prophet, Samuel, who, called himself one of the big prophets in the church while TB Joshua was still alive, came out, gave his own version, talked about the disciples, how deadly some of them are. And I also have read some comments from some persons who said they have had contact with some of the disciples, that they were actually brutal. Now, be that as it may, like I explained, this reportage is not my first-hand information, but from what people are doing. You remember, there was a certain Goodluck Jonathan who was the president of this country. He actually ruled for 6 years, 2 years plus 4 years. And I remember that in those days, you will always know when Jonathan was celebrating his birthday, because everybody would want to identify with Jonathan. Now that he is out of power, I don't even remember that a Jonathan was born in this country. In those days, people, inconsequential people that you never knew, would always put up some adverts. Popular people would buy, as sometimes the front page of newspapers, the middle page, everywhere, to put up a congratulatory message for the then president. Now he's no more in power. He's no longer relevant. And this is human being for you. Now, what I feel is that some of these people who are coming out to talk and buying spaces on the pages of newspaper are those who feel that a winning team sort of has emerged, and so they have to say something, speak out, in order that it will be on record that they were never part of those that fought against the leadership of TB Joshua's wife. And so you would always, this may not be the last. We may still have others that will come out to speak, giving their own narratives, telling us what they know about these things. And in as much as they keep coming out, if I feel like giving it to you, because there are some of you, majority of you are not Nigerians, and there are good people amongst you that want to know. So that is why I am doing this. Now, eventually, I want to believe that this is the case. Many of these people who are saying these things are not saying it from their mind. They're not saying it from their heart, but they just want to, let it be that we have spoken, so that it will be, suddenly, somehow, a man emerged as the leader of I don't want to use the word that came to my mind here, but road transport workers. Now, if you haven't seen Nigeria, if you have watched Nigerian movies and you see how these guys behave on the streets, then you will if they call themselves area boys. Now, this man emerged, and almost on every bus that plies the road, or the one we call Keke Napep here, his picture is used to emblazon everywhere, just to, so that this man will know we are for him, we are not against him, seeking for favors. And this is what is normal and common with, I wouldn't know, but if it is too natural with a black man. Now, what the next thing I found weird and, are very, very strange is the appellation of prophetess to the name of TB Joshua's wife, Evelyn Joshua. We never knew her to be prophetess. And this is what I've been asking myself. I've been asking this question. Is it really natural? Is that how God has made it to be in this generation, that if a husband is a prophet, the wife necessarily becomes a prophetess, and the sons and daughters becomes, prophets and prophetesses? I know that there was a man in the Bible whose about 3 daughters or so, all the daughters were prophetesses. They were prophesying. God can do that. But what we have found in our midst. Let me use Nigeria. I don't know about other places, but we know that Hubert Angel is a prophet. His son now is a prophet. He is Yawan. All right. So it's becoming a pattern that a general overseer's wife must also be in the equation as a pastor, Mrs., or a prophetess, depending on the office which the husband is operational in. but we know that these things are given by God. So when you see all these things, it points out to something that people are just out in order to sing the praises of the person they think is winning now. You would be surprised if, or would you be surprised if tomorrow, if anything happens and something changes, that these same people who are singing the praises of this woman may change their tone. There is a certain man here in this country who vowed, on his mother's grave that he will never join a particular political party. I'm not going to name names because I'm not talking about politics here. But just recently, somebody sent me where he swore on national television that he will never have anything to do with this same political party. And just recently, this man has just crossed, he has crossed over to this other political party. So that is human for you. And mostly that is Africans, and most black people don't have honor. It looks like every human being has a price, and that is why there is this kind of distrust amongst us, that when somebody is speaking his mind, people think he is, he's not being real. He should be suspected. Well, that is it. I'm not speaking here to malign anybody. I'm not speaking here to put down the wife or the widow of TB Joshua, but I'm just speaking the plain truth. This is what it is. I don't know, and none of you had ever told me in the past that while TB Joshua was alive, that Evelyn ever operated in the prophetic office, So, and, for someone like me, I never knew of her until the death of her husband, that her pictures began to pop up on the internet. And then when I knew that she has actually been speaking sometimes, but not as a prophetess. Now that this office that she got from the law court, has come upon her and is still debatable. Now people are beginning to give her the title of a prophetess, which is still, a mystery to me. I've not been able to ravel this. I'll be saying more about this in the next video, where we'll be discussing about the possibility of the SCOAN actually not continuing. God bless you. I'll be seeing you in the next video shortly. Till then, from me to you, shalom.